Sucking on my own dick. Yeah, you know I'm sucking on my own dick. Sucking on my dick. Everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our own dicks. Everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our dicks. Yeah, you know I'm sucking on my dicks.
The t-shirts are back in stock.
Yes, for a little bit, because some of them we've already sold out of double XL and L.
Mm-hmm. That rocked. Yeah, we have t-shirts. You can check our Twitter, or you can go on the Hard Times website. But yeah, we sold out of XXL in like 20 minutes. And I was like, hell yes.
And then large was gone. So if you guys want, so there's still smalls, mediums, and extra larges on sale.
Short kings who are not fat like me, we have shirts for you.
Yeah. Or, I mean, I don't know, surprise your girlfriend with one. I'm sure that's a horrible surprise, but...
I don't think my girlfriend wants one of these shirts.
Yeah. But yeah, go get those. They're on the Hard Times shop. Or you can, if you want a link to that, just like check our Instagram. It's linked in the bio.
Yeah. Or the Twitter, I think. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think most of our social medias have it posted. But yeah, go get those.
All right. And they are very cool shirts.
Yeah.
You will look like a criminal. You will look like a school shooter. Last time, lots of people sent us photos of them wearing the shirts, holding guns. So we're hoping for more of that.
Yeah, and I want that to happen again, too. When you get your shirt, send me pictures of you wearing it. If you have a gun, that's even better. Like, send us, like, we got a lot of people holding assault rifles, and then a lot of girls, like, almost flashing their tits, and I'm like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
This is the exact dichotomy.
This could not have gone better.
Yeah. So send those to me. I'll post them on the Instagram. I love that
Hell
shit.
yeah. All right, we have a guest today, the hilarious Nate Marshall from. Do you want to tell us the name of your podcast?
Panties in the Mouth podcast. It's a terrible name.
Disgusting. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that you and I guess because I've been off social media for like a year, I didn't know that you and Andy were doing a podcast, and then Lemaire recently joined it.
Yeah. The bit we've been doing is he's been there the whole time, but yeah, he just he got fired, so he had to find somewhere else to go.
Yeah, got fired off Matt and Shane, and he had to find some place to keep relevance.
I think he was actually upset that we started it, like, because he lived with me for like a year, and then almost right after he left, me and Andy started a podcast, and I think he was like upset about it, and then he actually asked to be a part of it right before he got fired from Matt and Shane. He was on Molly, and he reached out to me, and I think the Molly made him emotional. Like, when can I be on the?
Dude, what a waste of Molly, dude.
I think he said like it was like Big J's wife or something like that.
Oh, dude, I just found out that Big J and his wife are like swingers. They must be a fucking blast to hang out with.
Maybe would you? If you're not the one fucking Jay.
No, I'm not. I don't. No. I'm not. That's not an
made
A
it
to
sound
B.
like you want to fuck a Big J.
No. I'm just saying of course she has Molly. They seem like fucking cool people.
Yeah.
I
feel like that's the only scenario where I've ever like heard of swinging and been like, yeah, it's chill. It's like when it's just like a fat guy who's like wife brings him more pussy. I'm like, yeah, that's the only way that it should operate. Any other way that I've seen on like a reality TV show or my extended friend group, I'm just like, well, this is just hurt waiting to happen.
Right. It's just like her convincing him he's not a cuck. It's like, I promise, you're not a cuck. Everybody's fucking.
But yeah, truly disgusting name for a podcast.
It was a bad idea. We did it because me and Andy got into an argument like 10 years ago about whether or not all women. I was dying on this hill. I was like, I'm pretty sure you can convince every bitch in the world to you put her panties in her mouth while y'all are having sex.
Yes.
Just like, dude, you're an idiot. And I was like, no, I'm a genius. And
based on the sample size of only the women I've dated, who
hang on,
sure
wait,
have
based
nothing
on
in common.
Based on the sample size of only the women that I've dated, it's like I think it's a perfect batting average. That's a very common thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, based on the sample size of only women I've dated, it appears 2/3 of women you'd be able to.
I think that's a high average we got here, guys.
Yeah.
I think I'm right.
Dude, I feel like it's a pretty common thing that I've encountered, honestly.
All right. See, I try to tell him he's vanilla. Like, he's just vanilla gentleman. And
I think I remember having many arguments like that with you back in the day.
Yo, we had such a weird dynamic in our relationship over the years. We had like peaks, and then we were nemesis for like a short period of time.
Yeah. Well, I had undiagnosed bipolar disorder, and I was an alcoholic, so my personality was in flux for a while.
Man, it's funny because people who know you were like, those are the best Brendan years, old drunk Brendan.
Yeah.
But they really weren't. We just like seeing people fall apart as media.
You just like seeing someone remind you of yourself. You're like, yeah, that guy's having fun. Just like completely in shambles. It's like, yeah, that guy's fine. What are you saying? He's not fine? What does that mean about me?
What does that say about me?
Yeah. But yeah, with the title, I was like, is this a pod? Like, do they like talk about getting pussy? Because like Andy's married, you've been with one girl forever, and the other host is Lemaire. So I'm like, who's getting pussy on this podcast?
Wait, this is Andy.
Andy Malafarina,
Oh, okay, I haven't met that Andy. Okay.
funny guy.
Yeah, we just were like, it was a bad idea that we just stuck with, and now we're 70 episodes in, so it's just like,
It's like a Tuesdays with Stories type situation.
yeah, it's no time to. We tried to go to PITM podcast and just like leave it at that, and then we were at Shane's John Dorney election, and he brought us up like 5 hours in. But this one dude in the audience who just was like he was the internet. He just knew every comedy thing. And when we came up, he was like, panties in the mouth. And then it was like, oh, man, that was it.
You're getting call outs.
We was just like, all right, now we have to go back to panties.
That'd be a
Which
sick
isn't a good
thing for
idea.
like someone yells it at you out of a bus and someone else sees it happen. What? Yeah, that's me. I'm the panties in the mouth guy. And it's like, oh, it must have been some viral video, I guess.
I can't even, if I'm doing like a show and they're like, you got anything you want me to say? I'm just like, nah. Like, I can't be and start my set with the co-host, the Panties in the Mouth podcast, and just come up and not talk about it. So it's just like, nah, I got nothing. So it'll never grow.
Yeah, because there's not enough info. I mean, like at first listen, it's like is that what these guys like? Like in their mouth? Like I don't understand. Like,
Yeah, are you eating the panties?
right? Is it first person?
Like
What's
for sustenance?
It's just
Right.
like a hot dog eating contest, but with panties. Just like panties.
Just the worst 4th of July. Just no one's on board.
The
you
best,
guys?
what
I
happened?
imagine you guys playing like church camp games with panties, just
Yeah.
like Chubby Bunny, just like 50 panties in your mouth and seeing who can still sing the song.
Or it's like an old like ghost story where it's like, oh yeah, old Nate Marshall got himself locked in the panty factory, and by the time they found him in spring, he had eaten all the panties and starved to death.
The best thing that's come out of the name so far is like learning about this weird thing, because we were trying to like tweet about it, and Andy was trying to hashtag it, hashtag PITM, and when he did that, it came up with this, like, he was just looking at the other things that came up under that hashtag, and it was this like group called Puppies in the Mountains, and it's just people who dress up like dogs and fuck each other. like they wear like dog gimp masks and,
Yeah, dude.
and but they get into it. Like the first video we saw was just like some girl, like, and not like that puppy girl Jenna shit. It's like deeper than that. Like
Yeah, they wear like the leather
Yeah.
snouts and shit.
yeah.
Damn.
And man, I love that you knew that.
Yeah,
That's my favorite thing.
I've been
Yeah.
on some deep dives, dude.
Yeah, me too. I don't. Do you have any great shames that you know of that if somebody was like this and you're just like, yeah, I got that? Do you have one? I can start. I asked.
What do you mean? I mean, a lot. I'm not ashamed of a lot of stuff.
I
I'm
got
really
that.
almost nothing. I think I've owned up to all of it.
Yeah, I feel like in the context of comedy, I'm not ashamed of most things. But if I'm just like meeting people, just talking, and just like, and like I know what Hugh cow is. It's just like when bitches act like cows.
Yep,
And-
I know you, Cal.
Hugh
But
cow?
yeah, like human cow.
Oh. Oh, of
and-
course.
So you've spent a lot of time on DeviantArt, basically.
Reddit just
Right.
those cross posts get me. I go for them every time.
I love going down the rabbit hole of like people who they're so into their fetish that it's taken over their life. Like they've had to cut off their
It's
family.
like killing them.
Well, I mean, like, I used to watch this YouTube channel of this dude who, I mean, he looked like he was in his mid-30s, and the daddy looked like he was maybe 40 or 50. But, like, this guy is just, like, he's been a baby for, like, 10 years. He, like, lives in this dude's house. He shits his diapers. He sleeps in a crib. It's like, you can't have a life. Like, you can't,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not seeing your family at Christmas. You know, you're the baby 24/7.
Yeah, if they break up, that guy's ruined. He has to go to he has to go to some sort of island prison. There's no way he's reintegrating back into society. I think his only hope then is like he has to immediately join the Marines and just hope he evens out as like a medium type guy.
Nah, dude, first he's got to go to physical therapy to, like, relearn how to walk.
Damn.
You gotta get potty trained.
Yeah, you've forgotten.
I love shit like that. So, like, there's no, in terms of, like, stuff that I know about, there's no shame that I have, because I like being well researched on every kind of freak that exists.
Yeah, I feel you.
Mhm.
You guys, y'all both don't work anymore? Y'all like full time now, or you got like a job still?
Well, I'm
so
about
we
to-
are. The podcast is
Yeah,
not paying us a living, if that's what you're asking. But
Yeah, we're
neither one of us
gainfully-
work.
We're gainfully unemployed.
Yeah.
But I'm going back to work in like 2 weeks because we're finally reopening out here. But we make some money. It's not like we make no money. We make some money off comedy in the podcast.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I heard
I
that
prefer to
the-
think of the state of California as our biggest Patreon subscriber.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's how I'm eating too. It's great.
I hope the pandemic never ends.
Yo, it has made it so easy to just like relax in your laziness. Just like, yeah, I could live with socialism. I kind of like it.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
This UBI
Everyone's
experiment has been good for me.
And I love what I heard you say that your shirt sold out, but it was like large, extra large, and every time comedy podcast like sell out of the like their first shirts are always XL or XXL.
Yeah.
I mean, look,
Yeah.
we owe a lot to the Fatsos.
We should start selling like baby doll tees, like just as an experiment, just to see. Can we sell 3 women shaped shirts?
Yeah, I want a Coward Hour shirt with room for the tits. That's
Yeah.
what I want.
Brilliant.
Like, we need to sell a Coward Hour shirt with like support built in, like a sports bra, like sewn into it.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
That'd be brilliant. If we had fans, like if we had enough fans on my podcast, I wanted to get like masks, just like because of the panties in the mouth thing. I was like, that's all we could do, but you know, not enough of a draw. So
Oh,
I'm
you'll get
not
there.
trying to be sad on here.
If you wear a mask that says panties in the mouth into like a business, they're gonna think you're robbing them.
No,
Be like, oh, it's a crazy man.
no, you got to do like a panties themed mask. It's got to be like a lacy, frilly, like it's got to be a mask with a bunch of holes in it, so it doesn't really work.
That's why you guys make the big bucks. That's $1 million idea right there. It provides no actual protection from COVID.
Yeah, it's like a protest mask for like conservatives to wear to see I'm wearing your mask, but it clearly doesn't work. But also now it's gay.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
Ain't been no otherwise, Brendan. How's
Pretty
your
good.
happy-
I haven't talked to you in a while, dude. I miss
know.
you.
Yeah, I miss you too. I feel like the last time we talked, the mayor was living here, and it was like real quick on like a speakerphone call. And then before that, you hadn't even moved out of Philly yet. You were still like it was at the original. Was it Coward Hour? Like back then?
Yeah. So me and Lemaire did like 9 episodes of a podcast called Coward Hour, and then I moved. So like, I feel like when they talk about it on Matt and Shane, they make it sound like me and Lemaire had been doing this podcast for like years. We
I
did
know.
9 episodes.
I didn't even know it made it to podcast form. I knew you
Yeah.
guys had the show, like an actual like.
Yeah, well, we had the show at Good
Good.
Comedy Theater, a place I am now banned, and
I thought the comedy theater doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it died. I think COVID killed it.
yeah, I wanted to. Me and Bay, we were gonna go there for Christmas, and I wanted to go just visit the empty shell of a building and just know that, just be like, I won.
Make your girlfriend take pictures of you. Like,
Yeah.
You're just in front of it.
Yeah. Me like squatting in front of it in like a tracksuit. With, like double middle fingers.
Just spray paint and rest in peace on it.
Yeah. Then realize I like don't have an Instagram, so the photo is just like my phone background. No one else sees it.
You just have to hang the photo around town.
Yeah.
The touring photo.
I make like a little frame and I put it around like my rear view mirror, so I just look at it and I'm like nodding. But yeah, we had a show that was like the show, basically the premise behind it, Coward Hour was it was gonna be like Fear Factor, but only for like non-physical, like non-gross out fears. So it was only things you were like afraid of emotionally. So the challenges were all things like confront a girl you ghosted and explain yourself. Lemaire had to like try to get pussy. Like just we were trying to like conquer like our greatest fears. I think some of them were like, you gotta like tell your dad what you really think.
Didn't someone spit in Lemaire's face and then it didn't like go over with the audience?
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah. So Lemaire's challenge was he had to like he had to face his fear of rejection. Because I asked him, I'm like, why don't you want to have sex? He's like, I'm afraid of rejection. So what I did was I just got like 3-4 female comics and I had them contribute them, and then I wrote some, and we just like came up with like 30 lines of them just like brutally roasting Lemaire. Lemaire had to just like sit in a chair and like they take turns like. Just I forget what some of them were. They were like, "You have enough blood in your body for 10 virgin sacrifices." that was, I think, that was my favorite.
Yeah, I do. I feel like if Lemaire was gonna die by bleeding out, somebody would have to stand on him, just squeeze him.
Yeah. It'd be like popping a zit. But yeah, then at the end, I think it was like a bunch of like well-written roasts, and then at the end, the girl just went like, "You're horrendous," and spit in his face.
Damn, that's a funny girl.
Yeah. I think it was, what was her name? Meg. I'm forgetting her last name. She's funny in Philly.
K? Is it Megan K? Is that her name?
Getz. Megan Getz.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I think she's the one who said that. But yeah, so we did that, and then we started a podcast. We didn't know what to name it, so I was like, oh, let's just reuse the name, because it's the only good name I've ever come up with. And then we did like 9 episodes, and it was a horrible podcast. It was awful. Like, so awful that we like recorded a finale, and like a 10th episode, didn't even release it.
damn.
Has that never come up on this podcast before?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, like the whole
okay.
whole reason because I was in LA listening to Coward Hour, and I mean, it did sound like shit. You were recording with like Rock Band mics, like, and also like,
Yeah, because I mean, Lemaire just got fired from producing. Imagine 3 years ago.
and it was always like undeterminable how many people were in the room. You know, like
Yeah. It was also unclear, like, who, because like Lemaire and I think really what it was is we were like afraid of finding out how good of friends we actually were. So like we would never just record the episodes me and him. There was always a guest, and it was usually Matt Byrne because we couldn't book anyone. So we'd be like,
Right.
Matt, you're the guest again.
So it was really just a 3-person podcast?
right.
Yeah. But like he wasn't
Never.
on the cover.
Yeah, I'll
but
never
dude,
give him credit.
It's funny, man, because I would put it on because I liked it. I like listening to it. I thought it was good, and then like I would try to play it for like my buddies out here. Like they'd pass me the aux cord, and they'd be like, "Put on something you're listening to," and I'd like try to play them Coward Hour, and they'd be like, "Turn this off." Yeah. And I would be like, "I swear it gets good. Like listen to it. I swear this podcast is funny."
It wasn't.
Nah, I actually got them.
Yeah.
The first episode, there was an episode where you guys were talking about, I think like trying to get a girl's number or like seeing a girl like and having to like wait in line, like you were like visiting her.
Oh
where
yeah.
she-
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
that story got the car laughing, and I was like, I told you this fucking podcast was good.
Nate, I must have told that at the Lizard Lounge, like, tried, you know, when something so embarrassing happens to you that you're like, well, this has to be a bit, and then that bombs too, and you're like, wow, this hurts again.
Yeah, then you just like, you go back to your seat and your ears are just ringing.
What happened? Like, what was the story?
The story was, so I was at a store, I was at like a craft store called AC Moore in Lancaster.
Yeah.
And I'm in line, and there's like a cute girl at the register, and I get up to the front, and like somehow, like through a miracle, she's like, "Hey, do you do comedy?" And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, is your name Brendan?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh yeah, I've seen you before." And then we're like chatting and stuff, and then at the end of the convo, she was like, "Oh, are you going to this guy's party?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm not." And she's like, "Oh well, you know what? Actually, all right. Well, see ya." And then, so I get out to the party line. I'm like, "Oh, she was trying to like invite me to the party. You know what? I should go back and give her my number." So I find like a receipt in my car, and I write my number on it. I'm like, "Oh, this is no big deal. I'm just gonna like, we were vibing. I'm just gonna like go back in, hand it to her, and leave." So I go back in, but a line has formed at her register.
Oh my god.
So my instincts, I'm like, oh, I'll just leave. But then she turns and sees me like standing there holding a piece of paper. So I'm like, fuck, now I have to do it. So I just had to like get fourth in line and like wait three. And like another register is like, "Can I help you, sir?" I'm like, no, it's okay.
Well, it's like, so wait, did you give her the number?
Yeah, she did not call me.
I feel like the move there is like, you don't get in line, you just like tap her on the shoulder really quick and go, "Hey, sorry that was weird. I actually do want to go to the party with you. Hit me up."
Yeah, the waiting in line might have been what ruined it.
Because now she's just like, because if I know you, you were like visibly bug-eyed and sweaty the whole time.
Absolutely.
Just taking that single step forward after everybody finished their transaction.
Yes. Yeah, you're not buying anything?
No. Yeah. Nick, I'm sweaty now, and it's been like 7 years.
I know.
Fuck, I'm wearing the gray shirt again. This is the worst.
Yeah, when Brendan sweats in the shirt, it makes like a smiley face. It kind of looks like the cringe face or whatever.
Man, I just started getting the tit sweat fat. I'm gaining weight too, Brendan. It's I right before I moved to Jersey, I was like 6-pack shredded, and now I'm just like, I'm trying to think of. You ever see Tracy Morgan when he's doing like the "I'm pregnant" and he's poking it out?
Yeah,
like that's my natural state of being now.
Yeah. You're developing a physical comedy body.
With no physical comedy chops. I'm still sitting there, talking, trying to pretend I'm smart.
Yeah, just a hilarious body, and you're just standing there with the mic denting your beard in classic Nate fashion. Just like, so what do I want to talk about?
I still try to talk about women like I haven't been with the same chick for a decade. You guys know about bitches? I don't. Completely forgot.
It's like, oh, so you must have marriage material. Well, no, not that either.
It's a bunch of jokes about the fear of commitment, kind of.
But yeah, then I don't know. I feel like I feel like the story has been twisted where it's like Nick is like in Los Angeles, like, I'm gonna ruin Lemaire's career.
Yeah, they fucking Matt and Shane have made it out to be like I was like, fucking like, I don't know, like conniving on the West Coast, which it was not the case at all.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to leave Philly. I mean, if you hadn't convinced me to move to LA, I would have moved to Lancaster because I was like having a complete mental breakdown and like just trying to like flee a terrible relationship. So
right, and I was like, you should have a mental breakdown where there are palm trees, and it really softens the mental breakdown.
Mm-hmm. And I've had many subsequent mental breakdowns, and you know what? Takes the edge off a little bit.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah, I can't imagine me spiraling out in a northeast snow. Hoping not to have to do that again.
How have you been handling the pandemic? I know your listeners know, but I'm trying to catch up with you.
Yeah, it's It's okay, I guess. I actually am going to community college through all of this. Very.
You're always going to school or trying to better yourself, but then you stop.
I know.
Yeah, that's right. Oh fuck! I love when people from Brendan's past. I just like seeing how much the
Yeah.
story.
When they second your notions.
Right? Yeah. Well, it happens. It happens all the time. Where like we'll talk about something on the podcast, and then like somebody will DM me just like, "Yo, I have a story from 4 years ago that is eerily similar to what you guys are talking about."
No, but I feel terrible that I said that, Brendan.
No, it's fine. Yeah, no, I'm like deep enough into it now. Like this is my second semester, so it's like I'm deep enough in that like I have to keep going now.
Yeah.
And I'm just like trying to learn math, and I'm like, God damn, I am retarded.
What are you trying to do?
Math sucks.
IT. I'm just trying to like.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I'm safe. I hear you. Work from home and shit.
Yeah, but it's really tough to care about it because like part of me is hoping that I do not have to use this degree.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
maybe I'll just be a podcast dad. That's a pretty good life.
Right.
A lot of dudes are doing that these days.
Lots of dudes are doing it. I mean, it's like, it's just like the gold rush, right? They never ran out of gold. People just kept getting gold. That's the beautiful thing about a gold rush.
Yeah, that's the thing about Patreon is it's never going away.
The beautiful thing about oil in the ground is it never runs out, and there's enough for everybody. We can all have a little bit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But
Yeah, it's nice to really like if podcasting was like a wave, we're like jumping with a skimboard like after it, like just as it's crashing. It's like
Just
not,
hitting the beach.
yeah.
we're just butterflying like behind the wave.
That's still better. I still hate the thing that like I see comics now just like doing that thing where they get on Facebook and they just complain about other comics trying things. Like they're just like, are you guys ready for the world to open back up and for comics to get off of TikTok? It's just like, yo, we just out here. Everybody's out here trying to make a couple dollars. Let people dick around on TikTok without complaining about them.
Yeah.
I don't know if that meant anything, but
No, I feel you. I mean, I don't know if I'm tapped into those takes just because I'm not on Facebook, but like, is it a lot of comics where it's like talentless but like tapped on the head by the industry? So they're like, why are you trying to do something yourselves? And it's like, because people like us more than managers, which is the opposite of.
It's not even those, because people who are tapped on the head by the industry don't give a shit. It's comics who have absolutely nothing going on and who aren't funny.
yeah,
And who are so addicted to the grind of open mics that if they see somebody even being kind of innovative, they're just like, that's not comedy.
yeah. I hate it when I see. I'm definitely. I'm not gonna say their name, but I am specifically thinking of one comic, and this comic I think is genuinely funny on stage, and it's just even that makes it bothers me even more. It's like, yo, like just you're funny, do something. Don't be sitting here mad at everybody.
That always
Yeah.
that sucks when you think someone's funny but also hate them.
Yeah. Yep. And that's like it's always their social media presence that does it. It's never them in front of you as a person. It's like, all right, I dig you here, but you there is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is crazy how a lot of comics are normal people when you speak to them, and then online they're just like a monster.
Yeah. And
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. There's one specifically who I'm thinking. I think me and Nate probably both have a guy that we're like a specific guy, but I think that it's just being online makes people fucking crazy.
Yeah.
People log onto Facebook to curate like 5-paragraph long takes, which I also used to do when I was like 20 or whatever. But it's like you got to break out of that. It's psychotic.
Yeah.
It's the same part of the brain that makes boomers post shit about like, Megan Thee Stallion and stuff.
Yeah. Like that old man, this isn't the way to do it type shit. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I think Facebook does that to you where you're like, I got to log on and let people know what the fuck is wrong with my circle or whatever.
And then
I gotta fucking tear into these phonies for the 10 people who haven't unfollowed me.
Right, exactly. That's the fucking thing, dude. They post these, and I was guilty of this for sure. I posted a bunch of statuses about Amy Schumer when I should have just like, why do I give a shit? I should have shut the fuck up. And they were getting like fucking 9 likes. I think that was good.
I'm so glad my Facebook is gone. It's like it's worth all of that being nuked. It's all the fact that I have no photos of myself before like 25. It's worth not having that either.
People keep finding those somehow.
Yeah, I don't understand it. People found photos from like I don't know if they found like someone else's deviant art that like I don't know. People found like photos of me from like some artsy photo shoot when I was like 15.
Dude, my cousin has been DMing me like, "Yo, bro, can I interest you in some rare barn dogs?" It's just like, just sending me photos of you as like a supple teen. Like sending he found like old fucking Reddit posts by you.
Christ.
He found hot Brendan. He found hot soup Brendan.
Hot Brendan has been unearthed. Hot Brendan has been unleashed on the world, dude.
Is he the one who DM'd me like, "Hey man, you might want to delete this Reddit account that I found"?
Oh, maybe. I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
Yeah.
Were you posting pictures of yourself on Reddit? You were one of those people?
No, I don't think so.
I was one of those people, but
What were your subs?
I wasn't on Reddit. I was on forums. I was just like posting when I was like a teenager. I was just like posting shirtless pictures of myself with nunchucks on different forums.
Honestly, that would be sick to do now.
Yeah.
That'd be sick to do. Like, we should start like Twitter wars with like alt comics we don't like, and when they fire back at us, we just quote tweet it, and the response is a photo of you shirtless with nunchucks.
a photo of me from like every era of my life thus far.
Just a baby picture. Picture of one of your moms.
Yeah.
Just, like scolding them.
Yeah, just the nunchuck imprint in her belly.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
What have you been up to through this pandemic, Nate? And in life?
I've been trying to unsuccessfully better myself, man.
Uh-huh.
I keep trying to like do things to like use this time, and as soon as I learn a little bit of it, I just think I got it, and I don't learn more. Like when you
what?
talking about going to school, I was like, that's how you actually learn. I've been trying to teach myself like video editing so I can make sketches, and I signed up for this thing called like Pure. I always forget what it's like how to say it, like Purelite or Pure Pluralsight or something like that. It's like a $30 a month thing online where it has courses to teach yourself programs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like as soon as I learned, because I didn't know any of that shit, as soon as I learned how to like take a file and put it on the timeline, I was just like, I got this. I can make movies now. And then just gave up. Like I can't. I stink. And I've been trying to teach myself Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to like the travel portion. I'm on like a 73-day streak of Duolingo right now.
Mm-hmm.
And just so I say all that to say I don't got nothing. I'm doing a lot of nothing, man.
I feel that
Talking about
like,
panties.
Like when I was like in high school, I taught myself so many skills. Like I taught myself like web design and like video editing and stuff. So I always assumed like, oh, I'll be able to do that again. But our brains are so much worse now.
Yeah.
That doesn't retain anything.
Yeah. Like
Also,
I already
art
had to
should
change
change it.
majors because I was like, I'm going to be a computer programmer. And then I got like 1 week into the hard classes. Then I was like, you know what? I'm going to be the IT guy. Like immediately lowered the goal.
Man, so never mind. Because I was going to ask. Because I started to like what I've been doing for work is dog walking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
Better watch
When
out.
I-
You're going to get got.
how like they're going to steal the dogs? Is
Yeah,
that what you mean?
like
Yeah,
Lady
like-
Gaga's dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
you're gonna
forgot
get you're gonna get gunned down like the Irishman.
That's fine. At least it'll be a funny story for somebody. Remember, you heard Nate got killed for some shitty dogs. Actually, I love those dogs. I shouldn't even say that. But
I mean, they kill you for like non-valuable dogs, just like a complete mutt.
just two pit bulls. when that happened, I was talking to like a friend about it, and it was just like that's not even a crime that black people think about doing. I don't think is like stealing dogs that way to sell them. I mean, I'm saying that, but I did have a dog stolen when I was a kid, but I think they kept it because they gave it back. Like it ended up back in front of my house eventually, and it was a shitty dog, and we had to give it up because it was just fucking things up. But
Man, this dog sucks. I don't want it.
yeah. But it was like because you grow up like it's just everybody has pit bulls and Rottweilers, so you're not going to try to steal a pit bull and then just like put it in your house and you don't have to do so much. Like you don't have to train it before you sell it, get it to stop attacking you.
Yeah, you're breaking into yards, stealing dogs, wearing like the SWAT team like dog suit, like the armor.
Yeah, like I feel like they just shoot a guy, steal the dogs, and you're right. They just have a dog now.
Yeah,
They don't understand like the aftermarket value.
Have a mean, shitty dog now.
Nice. Now I have a problem.
This robbery cost me money.
Yeah, it's like, damn. Now I'm wanted and living in fear of the dog I brought into my house. Like, yeah, there's just stress from all sides.
I feel like this is like a me scenario. This is if I did crime. This is how it would go.
You stole a dog and then you have a dog. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I have a dog that's like taller than me.
Right.
I tried to like I was saying, I'll walk them, and then what I was thinking of was like, man, if this don't work out, I need to fall back. And I was like, I'm gonna try to like learn dog training. I was like, that'll be something I can fuck with doing, I think. And I was telling it to my girl. She still like believes in me, and I hate it. It was like, yo,
She still believes in you.
Get comfortable with the reality of this, or leave, one or the other. But figure it out fast. It was like, why would you?
You're afraid that like her love is based off of the idea that this will improve at some point.
Yeah, because she's just been getting better and better at life, and I'm just like, micing. I gotta hit these mics, baby.
Oh man! Oh,
like right now, she has 2 jobs. She got like a new job during the pandemic, and then kept her old job part time. And I'm just like, man, I hope we get that stimulus so I can get you something for your birthday.
See, I'm in a similar place, but like we don't live together right now, so she doesn't get to see what most of this day is like, which is good for now.
You get to like pretend you were working on scripts, doing some writing.
yeah.
Or more, it's like she doesn't get to see like when I study how pathetic it is.
Right. Yeah, the security cam footage would be a bummer to like sit down and watch.
Yeah. I mean, I do what I tell her that I do. It's just like, it's so much more sad. I'm like, yeah, I'm studying, and it's just me Googling, like, what is algebra? I'm just like so many steps behind.
Yeah, like I got so little going. I feel like when I'm doing things, it's performative, but it is just me trying. Like I started reading, and
you're reading like deliberately, like in her eye line.
Like I'm walking past the room she's working and just holding a book.
Yeah,
with my finger here, like
just you have War and Peace in one hand and like a 30-pound dumbbell in the other. You're just like, oh hey, I didn't know you were in there.
I just have a pipe and a monocle. Like, man, I'm just so smart now.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
A woman believing in you is tragic.
It's the worst because it's just like you're going to be let down.
I remember. I think it was the last time. It was when it was that phone call when I think Lemaire was that when like some guy tried to fuck him.
Yo, what?
Some guy was like trying to fuck Lemaire, but because Lemaire is Lemaire, he doesn't have like
lifting, right?
Yeah, he doesn't have like girl instincts of like when not to go in someone's house. So he like was he the Lyft driver or was the guy the Lyft driver?
he was the Lyft driver, and
Yeah.
he like was chit chatting the dude while they were lifting, and the guy like invited him in to I think smoke and fuck, but he didn't say fuck. Like,
Right.
but, yeah, that was it. Lemaire was the Lyft driver.
So they're just in this house, this guy's house, like smoking weed. And the guy's like, so?
Damn, dude. Yeah, if you go in the Lyft driver's house, it's like, which weird. That's like the.
Or no, you go in the Lyft passenger's house.
Oh,
He was Lemaire was the driver. Like he just like dropped off a guy, then was like, let me find a parking spot. And then,
wow, that's so funny because like that's every like Lyft driver's fantasy is that you'll pick somebody up who wants to like take you in and fuck you, but of course it happens to Lemaire in like the worst possible way.
He said that like it wasn't even like the guy was alone, like the guy lived with his dad. So Lemaire just like walks with this guy past the guy's dad to like go in the back room, and like I'm assuming the dad's like another one. Ugh. Yeah,
I think that what got him in there was a dude was like, do you want to smoke some weed? And that was like he hit him with like a kid, like, do you want some candy? I got weed
Yeah.
in there, and it got Lemaire in there.
Dude, how did Lemaire not get abducted as a kid?
I mean, he was a big ass kid.
yeah. You tried pulling him across the street quickly.
Any sort of resistance, he's not going anywhere.
I just imagine a pedophile just like pushing Lemaire with both hands, like,
Yeah.
just like a ball. He's like not moving.
Speaking of like, I made my little sister cry just yesterday. And then you said pedophile. This is why it's all relevant. So we went to like Massachusetts just to like go because they got legal weed. She wanted to see it, and it's closer here than it is there. So anyway, we go. We're coming back, and like I took edibles on the way back, and we're talking about like people's minds and people arguing all this other goofy shit. And we start talking about like people not giving anybody chances in life to like have different opinions. I'm trying to like, cause she's super like woke, she thinks. So she's got all of the opinions that all of them have, like no original thoughts.
Right.
So, and I was trying to explain that to her, but it was cause I was high. So long story short, I'm basically like, she's saying, I'm talking about people's minds and like the way people think. And then pedophiles came up, and she was saying like, yeah, I think they all should die. And I was like, I can't not be a contrarian. I was like, well, all of them should die. I was like, you gotta think about it. That's somebody who like, I was like, wait, I was like, so you think that like, you know, you're born gay or you're born trans and all of that stuff, right? And she's like, yes. And I was like, all right, so that's the way somebody is in their mind. I'm like, well, somebody in their mind,
Yeah.
think kids are hot, and it's like something like I'm not saying it's okay, but it is something wrong with that,
Right.
So I'm sitting there like trying to be like, maybe we shouldn't kill all of them, but she's like getting mad at me like, why are you defending pedophiles? Like,
It's even funnier to be like to like compare them to trans people.
well, not even that, just like the idea of like you're attracted to what you're attracted to, and it's not, or your mind. Trans is probably the wrong one. That probably was not on board at all.
Your argument with her a little bit.
Yeah, it probably was the biggest flaw. But then I realized what I was doing. I was like,
Imagine the kind of freaks that you like. I know you, so you're just so stoned you're basically drunk driving.
Nate, I gotta tell you, dude, I love this because I had this same argument. I made this same argument and ruined a party one night. Just like pushing back on this.
Yeah.
But it is a little true.
Well, it is true, especially when you look at like a lot of pedophiles are themselves victims of sexual abuse. It's like it's not, you know, it's not like born of malice, but it's like you can't be doing that. You know what I mean?
Well, I think what they do is they should check your bank account. Just be like, all right, you got like $3,000 in there. You own like a truck. All right, you can get reformed. But if they check, it's like, oh, you own like a second house. Well, that's pretty sus. Sounds like you might be connected to some sort of organization.
Yeah, you're part of the bigger problem.
Yeah.
That's right.
We need to reform. We need to develop some sort of treatment for middle and low class pedophiles. But rich pedophiles need to be blasted into space.
Yeah. Just thrown in the whale's mouths. Just fucking. But that was like this. That was the same thing. I was like, I'm not talking about those like elite people. I'm not talking about the Hillary Clintons of the world. I'm talking about, you know, Just Joe Schmo pedo, just out here
Do you,
working his 9 to 5, frustrated at how horny kids make him.
so like, do you think that like the way to solve this is to like, and they're not available for everybody, but like there should be like special sex dolls manufactured. They're made to look young, but like not like you have to have a doctor's note. You've got to have a special card to buy one.
You gotta have a medical pedophile.
Yes, you have to be medically diagnosed as a pedophile, and then if you do that, they'll provide you with a doll of your choosing to you know.
Does it look like a cartoon, like how anime gets away with it?
Oh yeah, like
Or is it like is it like actual real dolls where like you send your specs to the factory and they send you a bunch of like loose eyes for you to like carpet samples and you're like, all right, I like that one. Could definitely see myself coming on that eye. So put that
yeah,
in.
they've got to send you the features individually because like we are not allowed to depict a child. But if you pick individually your favorite eyes, nose, mouth, body type, we can surmise what you like. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
It should be like how there's like 4 people a year who get like prescribed cocaine for some like weird issue.
Yes, that's right.
It's like it should be rare. It should be really rare. But we don't want it to be like we don't want it to be like that gray area where it's like where states were first starting to legalize weed and you have like a doctor wearing like green scrubs on the boardwalk.
Yeah, you go in.
It's like, oh, you got glaucoma?
You're like, you get your pedophile card because you get headaches sometimes. Yeah, the doctors have to be very. They have to be like, no, you're not. You like barely legal. You're not a pedophile. Don't fool me on this.
I think we could do that, but then we'd also have to like we'd have to institute a lot of like reforms. Like we're just gonna have to make a blanket rule: no more altar boys.
Yeah,
You gotta have like grown men doing that shit. No boys anywhere near the priests.
yeah, that's true.
We're just
Maybe
gonna
we can-
look. We're gonna break a few eggs with this omelet, but no stepdads. No one's allowed. Look, you had a husband. He died. He got some kids. You're just gonna have to ride that one out.
or you can have stepdads just aren't allowed to spend the night at the house until the kids are out. I think that's
Yeah.
fair.
Stepdad and stepmom have to have separate places until the kids go to college.
Yeah. If the stepdad and stepmom want to fuck, they have to meet in a designated trailer, like it's a conjugal visit.
Yeah, I mean,
What if the kids are away? They're just like away, or like you sent them off to boarding school. Like,
Well,
the stepdad-
you're gonna have to coordinate that with the proper officials. But yeah, we can work something out.
yeah, I mean, we want to fix this. The goal is that like a generation or two down the line, there's no more of these. Like there will be one guy left with a pedophile real doll, and it's like in like the 90s where they're like, someone's still getting a Civil War pension. Like what? It's like, damn, that's weird.
I think we just solved one of the world's problems.
I think we did. We should get
Well,
your
that's
sister on the cast and explain this to her.
She's just gonna cry. Like, why did you bring me here?
Yeah, dude. The
And my sister's like actually successful. Her online presence is great. She does like hair. Like it would ruin her to come on. She's got like 100,000 TikTok followers. Doesn't promote me at all. It's for her. It's for the best. It's definitely for the best. But
Damn, that's rough. You're not on brand for your own sister.
yeah,
oh
Oh,
man,
man.
I love
she's treating
I love
you
your
like an alt open micer.
But I love your
Can't
instinct to
retweet him,
fucking-
or maybe I'll go down when he gets arrested.
Nate, I love your instinct to push those takes though. To really make people like follow through on to see if they really believe what they believe. I relate to that a lot. I do. Do you ever find yourself doing it? I mean, I guess that situation, but like have you ever done it to the point where like somebody slams a plate down and says, "Nick, please stop, we're trying to drink"?
they've said Nick to me. They've been like, Nick. No, but definitely, I do it. My girl, especially during this time, she's gotten it. Like people, that's probably my worst character trait. Is I don't even realize I'm doing it because like there's like talking to comedians half the time and shit. You can have them kind of conversations, but
Yep.
Like normal people are like, yo, what the fuck are you talking to me about? This is and it happens to me too regularly. I have ADD and I think that's part of it, is just like not realizing when you're like talking about shit people don't give a fuck about to some
Right.
extent, or oversharing is the way they say it. But
I went. There was one-
yeah. This
I
podcast
started-
has really kind of like compartmentalized my oversharing. Where now, like, if I'm out hanging out with like friends of friends or something, I can behave myself because I know I get to come back here.
yeah, and get the thoughts out.
Yeah, I think that's why, like, some episodes I just spit like bile because like,
Yeah.
because this is where I do it. This and like do group chats.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to change it because yesterday, like, I've never brought anybody to tears, but that was like that was a little rough. I was like, ooh, wait, what was I? I was defending pedophiles for like 20 minutes on a 3-hour car ride, like the last stretch of a long ass car ride. Just like, hear me out.
Oh yeah, dude. I had one where I was like, and it sucks when you go from, if your week is like one night you're hanging out with comics, the next night you're with normal people. There was even one night where like I went from a party full of comics to a party full of normal people and couldn't modulate.
Oh,
like
yes.
just like
That's
like
rough.
was crushing at the comic party, went to my normie friend's party and was just like universally despised.
Yeah, you're hanging out with comics. You're like, I'm having a great night. And then you go to a party with a bunch of like theater kids. You're like, who wouldn't fuck Hitler? I mean, really?
I remember like the one that got one of my friends really upset by me is like I was just like determined on breaking down play by play how Tom Hanks exactly got AIDS in Philadelphia and like why it wasn't sympathetic.
Oh, in a movie.
yeah. In the movie Philadelphia when he has
I
AIDS.
thought you were like, and this is the and he got it from Macaulay Culkin or something. Thought you were gonna break down what child actor.
No, I was like, no, let's go back and based on the information that we have that he tells us, let's retrace our steps onto how exactly he got AIDS in that movie theater. And like thought I was being really funny, and one person like wound up crying and telling me to stop, and then I started crying because I forgot that they had gay parents.
Oh,
It was so bad. It was so, then we had to hug each other while we were crying and apologize. But I was in comic mode, dude.
Yeah, we were talking like right before we started recording about like how me and Nate started doing comedy 10 years ago, and that was really the fork in the road where we picked wrong.
Yep.
We could have been normal guys.
What, we'd had a family by now.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, we could have the thing, Nate, is we could have families now.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I went about making a family right now, I know it would just be a matter of time before I'd be a disappointing father. Like my kid will grow up and be like, "Dad's a loser."
Yeah, that's my worry too. I've flat out told my girlfriend that I'm just like, I need like 2 more years to be a loser, and then I will hopefully have salvaged this into something.
Yeah, I need more time. I need more time than that.
yeah.
We're so old.
I'm just gonna be like, I told you I should have learned how to be a dog trainer.
Well, Nate, how old are you?
Just an absurd plan B. You're like, it's okay, baby. I quit comedy. I'm going to be a juggler. I'm going to support us.
I'm 31. I don't want a boss. Like that's my main thing. Is I just don't want. I don't want anybody who like can yell at me. Like I even just like doing this. Like I'm listening to her work from home, and I also realized like if we met not under comedy circumstances, like if I met her at work, I'd hate her. Like she's one of them annoying bitches at work. But like I just, I can't. I hate being at a job more than anything. I hate like having someone fuss at like an adult fuss at me and just having to take it. So I feel like dog trainer is just like, you know, I didn't think a lot.
You'll be the
I moved
master
to
of those
one day.
hounds.
You said what?
You'll be the master of those hounds.
Yeah. Then I'll segue into I had this. I thought this all out one day while I was really high. I start with dogs, then go to lions, and start getting progressive. Just be Tarzan.
You know what, I feel like I would rather be like bitten and gored by a vicious animal than like yelled at for a mistake.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
100%.
I like if I make a mistake, I would rather just be killed immediately by like a force of nature. You know what I mean?
Just as someone who's also unhappy yell at me about the mistake, and they're taking out that unhappiness on me. Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind having a boss. For me, it's like I like that's why I'm going into ITs, because it's like I can handle the people who like also work there. It's like when I'm talking to like a line of customers or like
Yeah.
answering the phone and talking to customers, I can't do that again.
like do the like stay nice all day, like the hey hi, like that thing.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
customer service.
I can't live in customer service mode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's exhausting.
It's so exhausting, and it like just breaks down your sense of self so much.
Like you are living as like a butler when you're in, like you're not a butler, but you are doing that thing. You're like doing 9 hours of your day just like hating somebody and smiling at, like that's not even
Yeah,
natural
yeah.
to do.
And it can be okay, like if you work somewhere where they like have your back if like something crazy happens. But like
Yeah.
at my last job, someone threatened to like come to the bank, wait for me to leave at the end of the day, and like follow me to my car and kill me. And when I told my boss, they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna close their account. That's unacceptable." And then like a week later, they call in, and I had to like help them again. And I'm like, "Weren't you gonna close their account?" And they're like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, we're gonna do that." They fucking lied to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
The person's like smirking because they know they got away with it, and they're like being shitty to me again.
Oh, damn, dude.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, customer service especially sucks because, like, you're right. You are in butler mode, but like, you don't even have like a master of the house to like form a bond with. You just have to be that like shamefully or shamelessly loyal to just strangers. 100 strangers a day. It's degrading.
And like Brendan said, if you have a cool boss that's like, but you almost never do because they don't let that person who's chill be the boss at those places. Like it's always someone who's like, no, stay in butler mode. You fucked up.
I mean, for me,
Yeah.
like my direct bosses were okay, but their bosses were cunts.
Yeah.
But that never turned them into a cunt, like retroactively in your direction or anything like that. Like I've had that same thing, but then as soon as they get in trouble, it's like, all right, now everybody's got to deal with my bad mood.
I mean,
'Cause of-
I don't know. In my experience working in like offices, it's like the top level seem to believe what they're saying. And then
Yeah.
like you go one floor down and it's everybody talking to each other like we believe what we're doing and saying, but no one does. So it's
Yeah,
like my
yeah.
boss like chews me out not believing in what she's saying because she doesn't give a shit. Especially with like COVID, where
Yeah.
they're just like, all right, so what we're gonna do is like, because I worked in the call center, they're like, so that no one has to be in the branch for too long, we're gonna swap out different people in the bank every day of the week and stuff. And we're just like, so then if one person gets COVID, 100% of the company gets COVID because you're rotating them around. Like, don't do that. That's insane. They're like, well, it's not optional. And I'm just like, we're just like, well, we're not going to do that. They like had to back down because then she went to her boss and was just like, I think they're gonna quit.
I think my service experience, I think it is a little different because I like you were working in like office type service situations. I was like regular, straight up retail, just
Yeah.
you know, people mad over shitty like little things. Like money, at least it feels like a real problem if you're mad at something involving your money. But if you're mad over like a game or some shit like that, it just is like suck my dick. I'm gonna kill myself in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you still work at? Well, I guess you don't. Were you still working at GameStop?
No, I had quit like not completely quit. I had like was working there. Like I do still like video games, so I was like staying there one or like one day or 2 days a month or something like that because I could keep a discount. But then I stopped. But which sucked. It was right before this started, so like I quit maybe like 3 months before this started, I would say, and like officially was done off the like books, and then it was like the dog walking shit was under the table, so I just didn't think I could get unemployment. So I went the first few months just with nothing. And then for some reason, when I went to just file, it was like, oh no, GameStop is still on there because of an emergency or whatever. So
Yeah.
I've been cool ever since.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really seems like you can just like say whatever you want on those forums.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we give ourselves the Yang Gang dream.
That's right.
It's like, all right, I'm going to give myself UBI
That's right. That's right.
by lying.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So you,
it's been-
so are you saying something?
oh no, I was just gonna say it's been nice. Go on. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying. So how long have you been in Jersey? Because you moved from Reading to there, right?
Yeah, I think it was 2016 I moved out here, I think
Mhm.
now. So 5 years. No traction. Nah, it's not that
Nah.
bad. I'm exaggerating. But this is yeah.
Yeah,
I've
it
been
seemed
out here
like
for a while.
Lemaire moved there, but I feel like he moved there, and it seemed like he was always in Philly.
Yeah, he didn't like it up here. It's he really wasn't happy. Moving to Philly was the best case for him. And shit was just it was like Jersey didn't want him here.
Mhm.
He moved up here right when he moved up here. He had a like good job working for that lady doing the dog website. He got fired like as soon as he got here, which you know, he's like, I just moved to a new apartment and then didn't have no money. Then he was just getting
Yeah.
all the worst kind of jobs. He started like lifting and then his car was fucking up. It was just every single thing that could be bad was just happening to him.
So when you know how you'd expect for Lemaire,
yeah.
it went pretty bad.
But I'm starting to fuck with it up here. When I first moved up here, I didn't do any sort of like Jersey shit. I just would like exist in my place and then go into the city.
Mhm.
And I started to hate that slowly.
Oh
And
yeah.
Then like maybe like Alex Grubar moved up here, and then me and him started doing shit in Jersey, like running a show and some other shit, and it was getting better. You know, I hate this. I hate it all. Can you tell?
You sound fucking bummed out. dude.
Yeah, yes. Sorry to ask. Like,
No,
like
no,
let's think about that thing that makes us upset.
It doesn't actually make me upset. It's
Yeah.
just I can't. There's positive things, but I don't also know how to talk about positive things. Like if I have things that are going good, like the podcast actually isn't going bad. It's like that's good. The shows up here were going good. I was
Well,
getting-
it's a funny show. I've been listening to it this week.
oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. So, Coward Hour listeners, check it out.
Thank you. But yes, it's honestly not like things aren't that bad. I just also don't have it in me to be positive out loud because it's that same thing where it's like if you let too much joy inside of you, then when it sucks, it's like it hits you. It's the same reason I can't commit to things. It's just like I don't want the letdown to be astronomical, so I
Mhm.
believe in nothing.
Yeah.
So the failure doesn't hurt.
It's hard to
Damn.
commit to things because I think there's also something psychological about comedy where like you never definitively fail and get like kicked out.
Yeah.
So it's something that like you can really trick yourself into just doing forever.
Yeah.
At any level.
No, it's like, dude, it's like going off the track in Mario Kart, where it's like you're doing all right, and then you get fucking lifted up by the cloud guy, and you just watch all your friends lap you. Now you're like the last one finishing the race, all this stuff, and before you know it, you just unplug your controller. You're like, no, you're not doing this.
Just break the system.
Yeah, you know.
No, it's honestly, I made it sound. I probably made it sound worse than it actually is. Just a little bit worse though, but
Just so slight. Ever so slight.
just ever so slightly. But nah, is it? I don't know. I don't know what the answer to the how's Jersey question. It's Jersey,
hmm
New York.
Yeah.
Is.
Yeah. Are people like doing like comedy there? Are people like giving each other COVID at like open mics?
Yeah, and then thinking it's a badge of honor. Like,
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I'm on
Like-
oxygen because I went to the Fourth Wall open mic.
Hell yes.
it worked on bad jokes.
Yeah.
Nah, but I'm actually, I'm starting to get that stir crazy thing where like I kind of want to start going out. Actually, Thursday through Saturday were probably like last week were probably my worst days
Mhm.
of being a responsible person. Like I was responsible all year, and then I did some. I was judging like a roast battle thing,
Hell yeah.
and it was inside a place with no windows. With
Oh,
people. Yeah, I mean, it was like everything was like how the laws work in Jersey up here for us. So like you can be inside and you have to have mask on when you're up, but like if you're drinking or eating, like all those rules that are going on now. But
yeah, but you got to think like the people who are going to roast battle have been just like mask off, like going into 7-Eleven and like getting into arguments on TikTok.
100%.
Did you get COVID though?
Nah, I haven't, and yeah, I'm out.
You're fine?
I was just saying to my girl, I was like, man, I feel great today. It's been past the time of, I think I made it. I made it with that reckless weekend.
Look, you know what, man? Just take your vitamin D, think positively, pray every day. COVID's not going to get you, dude.
Yeah, God won't let me get COVID.
God won't let me get COVID. I don't think God's letting any of my boys get COVID.
Trump would not let us get COVID.
There's no way.
I know people like to pretend that he's not the president, but secretly he is, and he's looking out for us.
There's no way that the acting president would let us get COVID, dude.
The standing president.
That's right.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, well, Trump had to pretend to lose and then continue being president behind the scenes so that then when he runs in 2024, he can have a third term.
That's
you
right.
think he'll actually run? I think he'll be too old. I think he'll be like a sad old.
What do you Nate,
what would be the funniest outcome? He wins and dies? He dies during his second inauguration.
He is literally the youngest, most energetic president we've ever had.
Yeah, I say second. Obama was pretty young and energetic. He was
No, dude. Trump is like, everybody's calling him 45. I'm like, what? Like his age? What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, we were talking the other week about how Trump looks so weird we've forgotten that he's 80.
That's dude. That is the genius of him looking that weird. Is that Hugh? I literally think of him as like a guy in his 50s.
Yeah, at least like late early 60s. I get that. I see what y'all are saying.
We forget I think of him as one of the youngest presidents. I think he was the oldest president we've ever had. Until right now. Right. Yeah, dude, I saw fucking Jeff Tiedrick was tweeting he's like a big he was the anti-Trump guy, like one of those resistance lib guys. Mm-hmm. And he's like
he's the one who looks like Mark Maron.
Yeah, he looks like Mark Maron. He's like, today he was tweeting, he's like, a month into Biden's presidency, and he still hasn't taken a golf vacation. He hasn't been golfing. He hasn't taken any vacation time. It's like, yeah, dude, if Biden went golfing, he would die. Imagine Biden swinging the golf club and not just fucking falling over.
And he did bomb a place. He also
he did.
Right for that. So
yeah, that was no good. I forget if I floated this take on here or not before, but I think that I think COVID was a conspiracy. They needed a reason to keep Biden in his house for a year so that there was no new footage of him smelling girls' hair.
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely right.
It's a brilliant take.
It's gonna be so funny when COVID's done and then we remember that he does that again.
Yeah, once he's allowed to.
More C-SPAN footage of him just grabbing girls' chests and stuff. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot that was a big deal at one point."
It's the perfect conspiracy. We need to keep him inside, and we need to make sure that he's legally not allowed to get that close to a child.
Yeah,
if there was some way we could muzzle Joe Biden.
Yeah,
the people that love him will refuse to accept that. I'm being too serious now. Sorry, guys.
No, it's fine.
I do just hate all the blind love. That's my big passion is the blind love of people, but him right now. I hated the blind love of Trump too, but I hate the blind love. I think I just want people to not like people all across the board.
Yeah, I mean,
there's too much harmony in America.
Yeah. Way too much, dude.
Yeah.
I love to imagine Joe Biden's fucking finger cracking all the way to push the red button to bomb Syria. Just like his fucking decrepit ass glass bones.
His Mr. Burns hands.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe Biden presses the button and they have to immediately put it in the cast.
He has to put it in a splint before he presses it.
Yeah, do you think they show him the drone do you think he gets a screen and watches the drone fly over and hit? Because it's got to be when your grandpa walks in the room and sees you playing video games, he's like, "What is this? Is this Mario?"
I know that Obama watched Bin Laden get shot. right? But I
Yeah.
don't know if they usually watch.
Man,
You know?
I wonder if he was naked.
I think
have
they
been-
should have to watch. I think they should do it like southern state abortion laws, where they're like, you're looking at this ultrasound. You're gonna
Wait,
think
is that
about.
the thing?
In some states, they've like, I don't know if it got struck down, but in some states they like try to make you. They're like, all right, you can get the abortion. We're gonna make you look at it in its face.
So, dude, there's a comic. I don't know if he still does. I don't know if he still does comedy. There was a pretty good comic in Maryland, Dalen Morrison, who had a true story about that. How like he and his wife, they were pregnant. They wanted to make sure the baby didn't have any defects, but like in Maryland, it costs money for an ultrasound. So they drove across state lines to one of those states where they have that law, and told them, like, went to an abortion clinic and said they were thinking about, like, you know, aborting the baby, and they made them get the ultrasound first and like told them that the baby was healthy, and they were like, actually, we changed our minds, we're gonna keep the baby. I was like, that's fucking genius. I love that grift.
I would have really hammed it up too,
Yeah.
just like crying looking at it.
I was like, that's such a sick way to save money.
How wild is our healthcare system?
Oh, it's terrible. It's no good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, although I wonder, I hope I haven't like phased out of Medi-Cal. I don't think, I mean, I'm on unemployment, so I doubt that I have.
should
I like,
check on that.
I have a hankering to like hurt myself or get sick just because I know that like I can go to the ER, but I feel like I'm not using it.
For the
You know
first
what I
time
mean?
ever.
What?
Like, for the first time ever, you're like, damn, if I broke my leg, I would be able to get a cast on it.
Yeah, like
Otherwise,
I'm
you
like,
just chill.
I'm looking for excuses to like, you know, have medicine or treatment done to me.
Yeah.
Just like why you can kind of thing.
Yeah, just because it's just a foreign experience to me. I've never been to the doctor without my mommy.
Yeah, it really is. It is weird just straight up going to the doctor.
Yeah,
You're like, damn, I went. Nothing is even that wrong.
right.
I just went just for a tune-up. What a
Wait, how-
luxury.
How old are you, Nick?
I'm 27.
Okay. So that's how old you are now, too, right, Brendan? I think
I'm 29.
29. Okay, I knew you were like always younger than me, and I probably just stopped aging you like I do everybody in my life. Like my mom is super old, but she's 50.
Yeah.
She's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
No, Nate, actually, we're both 23 still.
Dope.
Yeah.
We still got chances.
Yeah.
We might-
We're still in Lancaster, PA, drunk, hanging out,
yeah,
doing comedy for angry bar patrons.
I remember judging like people. I remember thinking of, like meeting somebody who was like, I think they were like hosting 4 years in when I was just starting, and I remember thinking to myself like, man, I'm better be headlining by the time I'm 4 years in, and just knowing now, just like, damn.
Or like we judging people being like, man, that guy's never going to make it. And then just flash forward.
They're all on TV.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, you made me so laugh last time I talked to you, Nate. It was that call I brought up where Lemaire was talking about trying to get fucked. But like we were talking about comedy and like we all just kind of like, you know, the conversation kind of fizzled out and there was like a pause. And then you just went like, man, we didn't make it.
Man, yeah, that's probably that is my biggest sadness. I thought we had it, man. Remember we used to work so hard. We used to go do these long ass drives.
Yeah, we
I
used to
just
drive
thought
like 3 hours a night, 5 days a week.
just like this will all pay off.
Mhm.
But I want to tell still one of the funniest like quick interactions I ever had with anybody is you. It's I hope I can say this. If not, like it's when we were at that show and that you were like telling that girl she had a nice set, but you didn't believe it. You know,
I was hoping it was this story. We were in Bethlehem.
yeah, we were in Bethlehem, PA. It was just we were judging this lady comic. She was very attractive, but like we were young. This was before we didn't know any better. I don't care. It doesn't matter. So we were judging.
This
them.
was like 2012 or something.
Yeah. So we weren't thinking she was funny. I mean, the crowd didn't either. I don't think I've ever even seen her since then. But anyway, she was like we were doing a nice thing you do to everybody. We were like, nice set, good set, whatever. And then you go up to her and she says like, nice set to you. And you used to hate saying it to people who you didn't believe had a nice set. Like you wouldn't let yourself do it.
I would be like, thanks. But, you know, I didn't want to like, you know, as a woman, I didn't want to cause a scene, you know.
But so she goes up to Brenda, says nice set. Then Brenda goes like nice set back to her, and then he turns to me and goes of butt cheeks. And oh, I left out. She had a great butt.
She had a very nice ass that we had been discussing.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It still makes me laugh.
Forever, like Nate, like one of us would get off stage. I'd be like, "Hey man, Nick, nice set," and then like lean in real close. Of butt cheeks. That's a very retarded story, but it doesn't make me laugh.
But it's still like, even I'll have the thought in my head, like if I'm looking at her, I don't say it out loud. It's just something I can't. If it's a woman coming up there and she has a good butt, my thought is like nice set of butt cheeks, just to myself. Just makes me smile going about my day. I'm not hurting nobody.
Hey, you're not hurting nobody. Just for you.
Just for me.
Oh man, that was like, honestly, those days were when it was the most fun.
Yeah, because you hadn't failed yet. Like
you hadn't failed yet.
You thought you were good. You
Yeah.
hadn't seen great comics. Like great.
Yeah, you had nothing to compare yourself to. You'd go to like the Harrisburg Comedy Zone.
It just
You'd be like, I can
Oh,
do
yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
we could.
yeah, we did it. Then you go to other places where other people really care about it. Like it'd be like us, and like it was like 5 of us who really gave a fuck. So we were like doing better than other people. And then you go to a place where other people also really work at it, and it's just like, damn, all right, different playing field out here.
Yeah.
No, but it's not that bad. I keep complaining.
Well, you
It's
jumped straight to New York. You should have gone to Philly, and then you'd be like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm still pretty good."
Yeah, I
A lot of
definitely fucked up.
trash.
That is exactly why I fucked up. I was like, I can skip that. I'll go right to the big city and make it, because I was like getting spots in the middle of nowhere. I was like, they'll love me out here.
Yeah.
And kept that attitude. Kept that. I also kept that.
Yeah, I
same-
emceed at Wisecrackers last week.
These guys have never been paid for comedy, and like, but which is, but I moved up here with like a little bit of arrogance, because I'd be at a mic watching comics and I'd be like, these guys suck, and then I'd go up and I just would also bomb. Just
Yeah, you'd
confidently bomb.
sit there watching them, like watching every set all night, being like, "Man, these people suck. I'm better than all of them." And then you go up and no one even watches your set.
Yeah, yep. Yeah.
Do you remember? Because we used to like. I remember at the very beginning we were intimidated by Philly, and I remember we would go up and like we'd go to their mics and they'd put us up at like 1:45 in the morning and we'd all bomb. And I remember the one time we went to like whatever mic was at Fergie's, and like.
Yeah.
We'd been there for like 6 hours at this point waiting, and then I finally go up, and it was someone's birthday, and like the host started cutting a cake in the middle of my set, so everyone's just passing around cake while I'm like trying to keep the attention.
And we like carpool. We had to meet in like a unified location to get down
Yeah,
there.
before guys meet at like a giant parking lot.
Yeah. No, those were the best times though.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably everybody's comedy stories. Like them early times were the best. Well, I guess once you make it, those are the best times.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know what? I think you're right about that.
Those are every failure's best times are when they just started.
Yeah, we're not saying anything insightful.
Yeah, dude, it's the same as peaking in high school. That's what it is. This is just the scumbag version of peaking in high school. This is
Yeah.
peaking in high school for people who had no friends in high school.
This is people who peaked in high school if they were like still playing football at 30. Just
Right,
like
yeah.
just like local football.
I had a cousin who was like trying to like make it in the professional basketball into his 30s. He hadn't made it, but he was like, he got a pass. I remember he posted a picture of his passport and like a basketball, and was like, one day. And I remember judging him like, man, give it up, thinking I was going to still make it. And I'm posting fucking shows like come out. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's weird to like. I mean, to have a dream like that, where like you have to like get into like a formal industry or a league. It's like, what was he? Was he just like showing up at street games with his own ball? Like, I don't understand. Like, how do you ascend the ranks?
I think he was going to like trials and shit. He was good at basketball, but he just wasn't NBA good. And he wasn't like super tall. He was probably like maybe like 5'11", 6 foot. And he was trying to get in. Like, there's other leagues that you can play in Europe, you can play in Italy, and professionally, you not make a ton of money, but it is your job. So like that's what I think he was going for. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, the European basketball
that is
league,
like, I mean, and again, we have no room to talk because we're failures, but like there is something grim about like your dream is to go play basketball in like a former like a former USSR country.
Yeah, dude, if you like, it's funny because my knowledge of this started when I was watching some Netflix dating show called like Married at First Sight or something. Like one of the dudes on there, his career was he played basketball in Europe. And I think he made like $40,000 a year. Like, you know, like he might as well just like work like a shitty like phone, call center job. But they are
Nick. When I did that, I did not make $40,000 a year.
well, I'm basing it on my roommate. Who's doing pretty well with his call center job, so I started going on the rabbit hole of just like if you just look up pictures of like the American players that play in the European League, it is like nothing but scumbags, dude. It is like absolute trailer trash all the way down. It is the worst dudes who do that.
And that
no offense to your what was it, your cousin or your brother?
Oh, it's fine. We don't really talk. I was judging. I peeped. He unfollowed me on Instagram. He don't fuck with me either. So
damn. Family.
Yeah, I mean, this was years ago. I noticed it, but I remember a thing I really held against him is I said happy birthday on his Instagram one time, and he didn't like respond to it. Just like, all right, you're not better than me. But I also think like he's super black. He probably was like, nah, fuck you with all your white friends, Nate. Get out of here. So,
yeah, he saw a photo of you and me, and he's like, nah, not my family.
I can't fuck with you no more, dog.
Yeah. He's hanging out with some kid in an orange cardigan.
In like a full H&M suit.
Yeah. Oh, man, awful outfits. Just the worst outfits. I did always wear that H&M silver suit.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah. Do you remember the necklace?
I don't remember what it looked like, but I do remember there being a time where you went through a lot of phases.
I was going through so many phases. I had no idea who I was. But I bought like a necklace. It had like a little like crystal on it. But it was like a crystal in like a bullet casing. It sucked.
What the fuck, Brendan?
But I had never seen a bullet up close, so I didn't realize that's what it was. I just thought like, I grew up in fucking Lancaster.
You had a necklace of a magic bullet?
It was like a crystal like packed in. I don't know. But I'm wearing it, and I show up to the giant parking lot. We were going to the Stress Factory, so that's like a 2-hour plus drive.
Yeah.
From Lancaster, and I think this was one of those ones where I had to drive 45 minutes to even get to the carpool.
Yeah, because we met at like Reading or something.
Yeah, and I get out of the car and just thinking I'm gonna like slide into the hang and no one's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you wearing?" I'm just like, "Hey guys," everyone's immediately like, "Is that a necklace? What are you wearing a necklace now?"
Were you gonna wear a necklace to do comedy?
Yeah.
No, you wore a necklace.
Yeah, I did. Because I was like, "What? It's a cool necklace."
There's like people who live up here who that's their first impression of you is like guy who wears a bullet chakra necklace to do the set.
Damn, dude, you can't wear a bullet. You can't wear a crystal bullet necklace to do comedy.
I feel like that was also at the same time you wearing cowboy boots.
Oh yeah.
We've covered the cowboy boots.
Cowboy boots. I was wearing like a flannel. I think I remember the outfit now. It was a flannel tucked into jeans with like a necklace outside of the flannel.
Wow. Well, hey, Brendan, the clothes make the man, right?
Yeah.
Went on stage and was like, "You guys like me."
Yeah. Went on stage
Personality.
for 40-year-olds.
Yeah, it's like David, like
And the thing is, if my comedy had been good, I would have bombed. Dressed like that.
Right.
Yeah, like off of the strength of the outfit.
Yeah.
yeah, you're wearing an outfit so loud that nobody can hear you for the
Yeah.
entirety of your set.
Yeah, and because it's me, I'm a nervous fella. From the time you guys started busting on me about the necklace, I pretty much just like had what I now know was a panic attack. So I was just having a panic attack like the whole night, and I remember getting there, and this is the most humiliating thing that's ever happened to me, maybe. So we get out of the car, and I remember Gordon Baker Bone was standing there with like his elbow resting on a fence, like his fist like this. And he greeted someone standing like behind me, but I thought he was saying hello to me with like his fist out, so I just like go in and dap him. Just like a white man comical misunderstanding from like a 90s movie.
Oh, damn, dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
I fucking love Gordon Baker Bone.
Yeah. And he would just like, but then, oh yeah, and that was at the mic, he would always like somehow crush in between every comic for like 30 seconds.
Yep.
So he's like, the crowd is like loving it, and then he's like, all right, this next dude, Brendan Crick, and then I come up, just bomb. Just like the worst bomb you can imagine. And then afterwards, we all go back out in the car to go home, and we're driving for like a couple minutes in silence, and I'm like, was it the necklace?
Do you remember us blaming Gordon for being too good?
Yeah.
And why is he so fucking funny in between everybody? Just keep it going.
That's the funniest thing is when open micers get upset at somebody for just being like, it's like he can't help the fact that he's naturally likable and charismatic. Like when he talks to people, they just think it's fun. You know what? It's not like he's doing something.
He's not even telling jokes. Yeah, we had so many weird like explanations for why someone who was crushing didn't deserve it.
Oh, it's the worst ever, dude. I don't know if he still does comedy. All I know him from now is just like posting on Facebook anytime a teacher sleeps with a kid. Like that's every time. Yeah,
he's still out here. He's still doing what he does.
He's great.
Yeah. He's good people. But
I hope he does not remember me. But yeah, I remember you were just like, yes, absolutely, it was the necklace, and I made us pull over at a Sheetz so that I could throw it away.
Dude, that's another one of your classic grand gestures. You've got to make whenever you like. Yeah, it's so funny that you have to like swear off the necklace ceremonially. You have to make them. You couldn't just take it off and put it in your pocket. You make somebody pull the car over so you can throw it away at a gas station.
Well, yeah, Nick, I'm an addict and mentally ill. My noodle is no good.
I know, but it's really funny.
I'm like, guys, I gotta piss, and then we just like also discarded the necklace. You were like, I gotta get rid of this. Stop the Sheetz.
And then I probably got like a punishing amount of Sheetz food.
Oh, definitely.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's like, oh man, it's 3 a.m. Get some apps. Some nice 3 a.m. apps so that I can then wake up at 7 to go to work.
I miss being able to do that. Stay out and be shitty and then work. I don't think I have that in me anymore.
Yeah. Oh, man. That was the happiest I ever was.
Yeah.
Just driving.
Just comedy with buddies. Work 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Poison Factory.
Oh, 7 to 3. That's nice. I would love 7 to 3.
Yeah, then I'd come home. Sometimes I'd take a nap. Other times I'd go start drinking immediately.
Oh yeah, you were. I forgot. It's fun to make fun of you, but like you were bad.
Thank you. Thank you. Every time it's not very often that we have someone on here who remembers, because I quit drinking like even before Philly, so there's not that many like people from that crew who are like still doing comedy.
Yeah,
but like every time I have
like just Mayor, me, and Andy, I think.
Yeah,
and like I think O'Donnell still does it too.
Yeah.
It's like a few people, a handful of people. You're right. I just pootie thanked you.
I should check in on Wes. Maybe I should bring Wes on here. See,
Man,
Oh
Wes
yeah,
is-
I see
Yeah.
Wes posting.
that's the good thing about
I hate Wes.
you hate Wes.
I hate Wes.
I could see hating Wes. I've had very limited exposure to Wes, but I could certainly see how that happens.
Do you remember why I hate Wes, Brendan?
I don't, but I'm sure it's a great reason.
Do you remember he like started like a rumor about me? Like I'm not gonna say the other comic's name, but like I had like sexually assaulted another comic.
Oh, I do kind of remember that.
Yeah, and like you and Lemaire knew and wanted to tell me. This is what y'all said. Like you were like y'all wanted to tell me, but didn't tell me for a while because y'all thought I was gonna like start some shit with Wes, which was fair to feel that way. But
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not expecting anybody to talk.
I
shit
don't
with
know.
him.
I really don't remember much of this situation, but like I probably should have told you if someone was saying shit that wasn't true.
That was also
So
during
sorry.
our rough patch though, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't have added up to tell me. It was probably like, yeah, fuck Nate, he's a fucking sexual.
Dude,
Oh yeah, that was also when I was like briefly woke.
Yeah, I didn't want to. That's what I was thinking, but I don't know if the audience knew you had a woke period.
No,
didn't
I
know.
think we've said that before.
Yeah.
There was like a 2-year period where like I got woke. It was before comedy got woke though.
Yep.
It was
He
like
was doing it
I was dating like crust punk girls.
right. He was doing it for pure reasons to get pussy.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even consider that it would help my comedy career.
Right. You were just maneuvering. You know, dude, I love. It's so funny that you were talking about going through. I love when, like, you already don't like somebody, so anything you hear about them, you're like, yeah, I knew it. Of course.
I feel like that's a human instinct.
I love it. It's one of my favorite things. I love, dude. I love. It even happens. I mean, like, I get caught up in all this, like, fucking, like. I mean, it happens with like actors I don't like. Like, it's like part of me is like suspicious of Me Too, but whenever somebody I already don't like gets Me Too, I'm like, of course the evidence is there all along.
Yeah. Or like if I just like I tried to watch Man on Fire, I'm like, man, this is boring. Then I hear he has like child porn, I'm like, checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my experience, most people who record specials I don't like possess child porn.
Right.
In
But
my
who's Man on Fire?
estimation,
Is that Dalia?
that's Leah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What a corny dude for being a pedophile.
Dude,
Like imagine like a pedophile with like a flame hand tattoo. It's like come on, man.
Brendan, I think you're onto something. I think that like if he goes to like if there is a court case and like Dalia's on trial, all the plaintiff or the prosecutor, all the prosecutor has to do is just like play like Exhibit A, play them his whole special. They come back, it's unanimous, dude. They're like guilty, death sentence.
Nah, what if they get him the first first kid real sex doll? Dalia's the first.
Nah, he's too rich. He's disqualified.
That's right, he's gone.
Yeah, he's got like a rich Hollywood dad.
I forgot.
He's done.
Yeah. It'd be funny, like, the kinds of questions they're going to have to ask in jury selection to get, like, impartial. They're just going to be like, all right, who here has ever taken Alpha Brain? All right, them, gone. Does anyone own a kettlebell? Disqualified.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. What an awesome guy. What a fucking cool guy.
What a chill-ass dude. Welcome on the show anytime. He wants to share.
I love that, like, from the way he was, like, like, in his own apology video, it sounds like he was literally, like, just, like, messaging 20 girls a night. And just, like, whichever one showed up to his hotel room was the one that he went with.
Yeah.
That was like me in high school when MySpace first came out. Just like I'm just messaging everybody, except women my age, but just hitting them up. Whatever one bites.
Women your
Go
age
for it.
and also old men in disguise.
Oh, yeah, dude. I remember there was a chick in high school, because, like, you live with your parents, it's tough, but you're so horny. And there was a girl that I was, like, flirting with. And I guess I didn't realize that she was joking, but we were talking about how we were, like, we were 17, we were, like, gonna get a hotel room, like, down in Annapolis and just, like, what are we gonna do? Spend the night together? And I, anything could happen. Like, obviously what was implied was there, but I really took it to heart.
Anything could
I
happen.
thought, what?
Anything.
Anything could happen. It's like one of three things are
You
gonna
could,
happen.
you could
know?
kill a cop.
So I fucking showed up to, and it's not like we picked like a motel or something. It was like this the historic Maryland Inn on like Main Street in Annapolis. It's like, it's like a weekend getaway for like old married couples. It's like the beds are like 300 years old and all this shit.
Yeah, but you live with your parents, so money means nothing.
It means nothing.
You're like,
And I was, and also I was,
I'm gonna spend $500 to maybe get pussy.
right. I was gonna pay for the hotel room in cash too, because I didn't have a credit card or like a debit. Like I was like 17 years old, so I rode my bike from Severna Park to Annapolis,
Pedaling to go get pussy.
Brendan, I rode my bike across a bridge, like across the Chesapeake Bay, like the body of water. This is like a fucking 2.5 hour bike ride, and I'm texting this girl just like, all right, I'm on my way. I don't have a car. I don't have a driver's. I didn't get my driver's license until I was like 18, and I was like, I'm on my way. Are you gonna meet me at the hotel? All this shit, and she was like, I wasn't. She's like, I was not serious. She's like, what are you doing? You're driving to Annapolis, or you're riding to Annapolis at 6:00 at night? Like,
Bring. Excuse me, cars. I'm on my way to get pussy.
yeah, dude, I've got a fucking backpack on with all my stuff in it. so fucking.
Yeah.
Yes, and a wad of cash to pay, which they don't accept, by the way. Just a wad of cash in my pocket, no driver's license, not even a learning permit. I thought that I was going to be able to smooth talk my way into a hotel room.
Damn.
Like there's no bigger red flag for somebody at the front desk. You know what I mean?
Your dick was doing all the thinking.
I was doing everything wrong.
Damn, you just unearthed a terrible Philly memory.
Let's hear it.
You just made me remember when I was trying to get a hotel so that me and my ex could hook up without my roommates seeing her in my house and judging me.
Oh, yep.
What did she? Why were you afraid of the judgment? I mean, I know who you lived with, so it was fair. But
because Lemaire would be like, "Why are you fucking her again? She's destroying your life."
oh, she was okay. I see. When you said ex, I thought you meant like just ex in general because of your place.
No, it was like.
now-
And it was like my ex who's like cheating.
She was
on me
your
and
ex
stuff.
then, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, fair point from Lemaire,
No,
Yeah.
Lemaire was like, Lemaire would have been right to do that. Like, I remember one time she was over and like, this is psychotic. She was over and I heard my roommates like coming in, and I knew like in my gut I was like, it is really disgraceful for me to still be associating with this woman and like really pathetic. But in order to admit that to myself, I would have to admit that like she was cheating on me and like it was over and it was terrible. And so what I did was I gave her eye drops and I made her put eye drops in, and I told her to leave pretending that she was crying. And then when I went downstairs, they're like, "Was that her? And she was crying. What happened?" I was like, "She came over to beg me to take her back, but I won't do it." They're like, "Good job, buddy. Stay strong." And then I just like sat in a corner, just like completely dead inside.
Yo,
Brendan,
Brendan,
that is fucking psychotic. That is so crazy.
it's also crazy that she like complied. She was like, "Good idea."
Well, I mean, I feel like it was one of those relationships where at that point, like, you're both tit for tat in crazy things that you're willing to do. You know what I mean? It's like, it's par for the course,
Yeah.
right? You're
Well,
in this tangled web.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I don't know. It's like in order for you, it's like you have to keep getting increasingly crazy in order to be able to not tell yourself the truth about what's going on.
Yep. Yeah. No, seriously. Because you get further and further out into the deep water, and before you know, you can't. You're living out there.
Yeah,
you don't see the shore anymore.
It's really
You got
the
a
sunk
baseline.
cost. It's like the sunk cost fallacy, where you're like, well, I've already put up with so many humiliating, horrible things that if I end it now, that was all for nothing.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then, you know, call up Nick. He's like, you got to move to L.A. You're like, done. What?
I sensed.
What, an exit?
Yeah, dude. I sensed that it was time to cast my lure. I knew I was going to catch a big fish.
Dude, I remember I remember you just being like, "Hey, have you ever heard of borderline personality disorder?" And I'm like, "No." And you're like, "Read the Wikipedia. I think you'll find it very illuminating."
Well, yeah, you sent me the voicemails, and I was like, oh, I know what this is.
Oh, I
I was like, I've been around this block.
Oh yeah. She she left me all these voicemails threatening to break into my house and like garrote me to death.
Whoa.
She was like, yeah, Brendan sent me those. She's like, have you ever heard anything like this? And I was like, as a matter of fact, I have.
Yo, one of my funny, like, it's still to this day, it pops up every now and again, not that much, but it was used to like go on dates, and it would always be with some like chick that would be crazy, like, to me seemed like a nuts person to be around, and you'd go like still end up back at their place. And I remember you like showing us a picture of this girl who you found out after y'all like went on a date that she was a furry, and she just had the suit sitting upright in a chair, like not wearing it. It was just like there, like it was, her buddy just hanging out.
You're remembering it slightly wrong. She didn't have a fursuit because she couldn't afford one. She was too poor.
Okay.
But what she did have in that chair was like an extremely realistic mannequin that she never really explained.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I know
my
it's something
God.
like that.
Yeah. I think I said this on like a forbidden episode on
Yeah,
the Patreon.
it's the man in the room.
Yeah,
Subscribe
the
to our
man-
Patreon if you want to hear it.
Yeah.
Did I say something I shouldn't have?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
You're good.
But yeah. Back then, I would walk into scary apartments with like just a horror movie mannequin, and the
Like, or some other.
the girl has like
version
a
of
shaved
level.
head, and I'm like, this is gonna be normal. This is gonna be a normal night.
Yeah, dude. You're half expecting to like open the door to leave her bedroom, and there's just a brick wall there. You're just like, oh, I guess I live here now. That's interesting.
I'm a very adaptable fella.
Yes, sure, certainly.
If she's gonna fuck me, it's fine.
Yeah. Nate, I do remember many times like showing up at the lounge to pussy brag and like telling my story, and everyone's like, nice. Good job, buddy. Yeah, that sounds great.
Well, you do that because like it's the same. It's like you have to tell yourself that it's worth something. You're like, well, I got laid. I should like people should know that I at least had sex, right? But you don't realize it's kind of like a net negative.
I guess that counts as sex, Brendan.
just like Brendan, it would be cooler if you were literally a virgin.
Man.
What a nightmare.
Do you keep in contact with anybody from back then too? Or like besides like obviously now me and like Lemaire and shit?
I keep in contact with like my high school, not really the comics.
Because no
really, though
social media. That's why I asked because you don't do social media.
Yeah, I've seen Kyle Works like a handful of
how's he
times.
doing?
He's doing good. He 'cause he moved out here after he got married. He's like living out in the desert with his wife.
Yeah.
I texted him like a month or two ago. We keep in touch a little bit.
Kyle was the man.
Yeah, I've recently been hitting up some more of my like Lancaster friends, like the friends I met after high school. I've been getting a little bit better about reaching out to people.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I think I'm starting to actually wear off. Like I think part of me thinks I might be rubbing my like old childhood friends the wrong way just because they're like regular dudes from the hood, and I'll like hit them with like gay shit in our group chat, just goofing, and not okay with it. They're just not okay with it.
Nate, I remember that happening back then. You're still doing that to them.
So, well, these are probably it's just like I only have 2 left now, and I think they're the ones who were the closest with me, and I think like I sent a couple of things in the group chat today and just got nothing. This wasn't gay; it was just regular old small talk, but I got nothing.
Oh,
Just-
damn.
Like, damn, guys, all right, my bad.
Yeah. All right, people I've known the longest. I guess I'm bombing with the people who will be my groomsmen.
The worst part was it was like it was like a gift to a callback to earlier in the conversation. Someone said like a similar thing, and it crushed. And I tried to like tag it, and nothing. Like, got nothing.
Oh my god, that sucks.
That does suck.
Now they actually do work, so I it might just be me in my mind. Like you guys are like they might even have texted me since then, but I don't know.
I remember you admitting to me like years later that when you met me, you thought I was gay and you felt like progressive for being friends with me. You'd like brag to your friends. You'd be like, yeah, I'm friends with a gay guy now.
Yeah, I'm pretty woke. I'm pretty woke, man.
I'm pretty woke. I hang out with this gay alcoholic in a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, I had a moment where I was trying to be woke with a gay dude. Like 2 weeks ago, this gay dude went like DM me, and he DM'd me. The first thing
And he
said,
responded, just so you know, I'm not even that weirded out that you're gay.
I responded at all. I felt like I was pretty woke, but not because. But this is why, because the first thing he said, I knew he was about to try to hit on me. Like all he said first was "sup," and like I looked at his profile. He wasn't a comedian. Our only mutual friends were like people from where I grew up. But like you can like he had like pictures with like his boyfriends and shit. Like so I knew. So I was just like, all right, he's about to hit on me. But I was saying to my girl, I was like, but maybe he's not, right? Like maybe he likes comedy and he's just like being nice. Like I didn't want to respond like I thought he was trying to hit on me because I felt like I was being fucked up. So I go like, what's up, man? And then he goes, can I ask you something? And it just stayed between us. And like I go, yeah. And then he goes, what do you think about DP? Like, and I swear I would show you, but it has his name and I don't want to do nothing like that. But he's like, what do you think about DP? Like 4 messages in, like, that's what he says. I promise on everything. And I go,
you're like, what do you think about CP?
and I go, and I just start fucking around him like Donnie Park, just saying dumb shit. And then he like gets irritated with me and is like, nigga, double penetration. Like he's like, and it was a goofy back and forth. And then we were cool. Like I was just like, I hear what you're saying, man. That's just not for me. And then
that was how this guy was fucking flirting with you.
Yeah, you're like that's like I try to make a bit. I tried to make a bit out of it. Like I went to Raven like a couple of days later, tried to like do it. And the only part that got a laugh was like the sup. The sup was funny to me because I felt like him just saying sup was him looking at me and going like, I can definitely fuck this dude. It won't even be tough. Like I can hit him like I can hit him up like I hit a slut. But
yeah, this dude's been cooped up, quarantined. It's been a year of COVID. Probably forgets what he is.
I heard about my gay ass text to my friends. It just was like, "This is for you. This is your guy."
You bombed in your group chat so hard that it was heard around the world.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Should we start to take this in for a landing? We're at an hour 45.
I'm weirdly. I was up early this morning. I'm getting kind of sleepy.
All right. Subscribe to our Patreon, subreddit, Discord. Buy the t-shirts. T-shirts are so sick.
Yeah.
And Nate, plug your podcast again and anything else you want.
Panties in the Mouth podcast. It's on all the things. And my Instagram is that Nate Marshall. Twitter is that Nate M. And thank y'all for having me. This has been dope. It's been good to see you and talk to you, Brenda.
Yeah,
man.
Hell yeah.
It was good to meet you, dude. This is a blast.
To meet you, Nick.
Yeah.
Hell
I'm gonna follow you on your socials right now, actually.
Man, we should just all be gay together.
It'd be so funny if like he does it on air on mic and you just don't follow back.
No, we don't end the episode till Nate follows me back. How about that?
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play the outro music.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
Yeah, see ya.
Knock, knock, open up, it's me, the crazy, shady, faded fucker, so rock the G. See you lady, make a baby, lead her on in peace. Only time I give a fuck is for my own release. That's why I own these streets. Straight up, portfolio, showing growth, fuck a pay cut. Yeah, you know I stay slut. Catch me in the spot, looping up for the self-suck. Oh fuck, I busted already, I'm coming bucket so heavy. My dream of cream coming steady, now my mouth open, I'm ready. I'm talking solo, heavy petting on a Friday night. That's talking bashing the bishop, more like Nantucket's delight. I'm taking all the time I need to do it just right. Got my candles in the fishnets cause it's on tonight. Oh, that's right, it's time to fillet. No need to debate me, I suck until I go ooh-wee and spray my white pee-pee. I got that ski.